Just follow me. This is where it is. They're not gonna like the fact that you're here by any means. It's gonna be great. They already don't like me being here. Alright.
The bail. Oh, fucking no, that name triggers a fucking response in me, sorry.
I do have to.
Greetings.
He's gonna scratch the ceiling.
I have been informed of a couple of things.
Nothing but a good old Scotch tape can fix.
We are not using Scotch.
Can you repeat what you told me, Nemesis?
He's so rude.
I informed him of such of one of the primary things being the Iron Arms, the allied forces between the Scrappers and the other groups. I've caught him up to speed on the fact that they are all working together, thanks to your assistance in the nature, Vic, and others, I'm assuming as such as well. Apart from this, also the Hive has joined them as well. If I have that correct.
Yes. They've even already applied support down in the sewers. Which means it would be very inadvantageous to attack them.
Ugaleth has had no intentions to attack the Hive.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Until they have proven ourselves otherwise. The information that I've received from Nautilus confirms this. Oh good. Now excuse me. I can already tell that my rail cannon is currently scraping against the roof. So...
We can fix it. Oh, okay.
Give him a moment.
That's not creepy at all.
we get proper meeting room.
Why are we using it?
He's just absurdly tall, that is all.
Well, because the Waffle House is a public space to bring people to be fair.
The Waffle House ceiling would be ruined.
Good to know. Well, I must commend Vic in his efforts to unite the people of Industrial District. A allied force against these ball cultists is certainly something that is welcoming to see. Though, strangely enough, don't hear much of what everyone else this room has done. Other than you.
You and your lads know what has been done. Hive. Hey, whoa. Guardian District does more than just do things in industrial. There's been people who have been doing operations in other districts as well and protecting people. Everyone has the same amount of value.
Understandable.
Vic isn't the only one out there risking their lives.
Simply just informed that, intelligence of actions have been rather minimal. I've heard more of what Vic has done through rumor rather than reports. But, information logistics aside, I am here to remedy that. At least on our half. By divulging exactly what Leap Foundry plans to be performing within the next 48 hours. We are planning to wipe these cultists off the face of the district that they claim their home, proving that no one who dares threaten the lives and infrastructure of Industrial District should ever cross paths with us. I should be able to send, at least into your network, plans of what exactly we are expecting to do. Very simple. We show up, we scare them, we crush them. Overwhelming force, striking all at once. Nautilus will be the one heading this. I will be maintaining to the retaken facilities and ensure they are returned to operational quality, making things better than weapons for dissidents. I thank Guardian District for the support and the efforts that they have made to help Leap Boundary with the efforts to reclaim Industrial District and free it from the ball cultists. Though, I must make this plainly aware to everyone in this room. Leap Boundary is acting in a very aggressive manner. You are more than capable to assist, though I recommend making sure that your assistance, your presence be known as effectively as possible, as we are, so to speak, coming down heavy. We're not intending to cause massive infrastructure damage. After all, we are not the people who caused the blackouts a few months ago.
Wait. How updated and informed are you of all cultist movements? How they react during combat?
We have analyzed information from various engagements. We are rather updated.
Fantastic. So you know that if you decide to strike heavy, you're gonna bust open a hornet's nest that's gonna influx the entirety of the district.
Correct.
You're gonna engulf the district into a bigger war than it's ready for.
I believe you are underestimating Leap Boundary's ability to swipe quickly and fiercely.
You're underestimating the number of the cult. They will swarm the sewers and come from your fucking ass. Respectfully, Foreman, Shock and Awe will do jack no shit but kick the fucking hornet's nest. And civilians fucking killed.
Yes, the sewers.
Yes.
Who needed to help with that?
You have footage of what just happened.
Exactly. And I watched LF perform the operation successfully.
Yes. You were outnumbered and you got cocky down there. Is that going to happen more often or no?
Foreman,
Yes.
I heard a rumor that you guys are back in full operations. Is that correct? Does that mean
It is
production levels are
correct.
high?
I can confirm that Leap Boundary within the coming previous week has returned to full operation. So what have you seen us doing and performing in Industrial already has been at less than full capability. At least, forcing them down into the sewers will mean that we can slowly push them into less and less places to hide if you are truly worried about this. But would you rather them be in the sewers where they can access nothing but sludge? Would you rather them be in the factories where they can make more weapons, explosives, equipment that they can use to take more and more lives? In this current predicament, yes, perhaps a shock and awe heavy engagement would cause a spike in casualties. But the long term of leaving them there to their own devices is going to increase the casualty tenfold.
Here's what I'm worried about. If you decide to do this and you don't have all the force that you need to push them back, that falls on the people there. I get that you think that you're strong, and hell, shit, you might fucking be, big man. Your angler is all fucking hell. I guarantee you and your forces could put down a fuck ton. But you're not fighting just a fucking group of dumbasses who want extra money. You're fighting a belief. You're fighting people who want this murder, who need it, who will use any and everything to get at you, who have been evolving, who have been adapting, utilizing any and anything they can get their fucking hands on. We have yet to have even fully see what they're fully capable of. Hell, they're fucking veteran snipers. Experts at what they do, land shots out of every and anywhere, using their stealth tech. They've already fucking danced around Fox Tech, made them look like a joke. God knows what else they fucking got coming. And if you do that, and you aren't 1,000,000% goddamn sure, that falls on us.
Well,
gentlemen.
If you believe in that matter, it's a good thing you've made a coalition, haven't you? How about you make sure this coalition ensures that Leap I was not finished speaking. How about you ensure that this coalition ensures that Leap Foundry can attack and destroy these cultists to full degree?
They will not be attacking any of your forces.
Of
They
course.
won't. I've gotten the confirmation.
I hope they fight alongside us if you're that worried about our ability to take down the Bull cultists. Leap Foundry is not.
When you do...
Your Guardian forces mobilizing alongside you. I would not be opposed. This is why I brought this plan here, why I'm informing you all. So you're all aware of what Leap Foundry is about to do, and we are going to enforce it. Well, so you can reinforce it. Sorry, wrong turn of phrase there. I have a lot on my mind right now.
Then, if that is the case, if this is what your plan is in motion, and there is going to be a sanctity of different places, Gildy, I'm going to invoke the same thing I did with the outbreak. I'm going to be moving my assets within Industrial. We're going to be doing a savior program. Anyone caught out there while the militia's out and about, striking their force, their main priority will be to collect any survivors. Anyone who is a civilian, anyone who shouldn't be there, will be removed from there immediately and taken to a camp. A protected camp. Does this seem fair?
That's how you get people to fight back and cause more problems.
I will inform technician.
Won't be able to.
Secured outposts, and that's what Vic has been doing a lot of work on, aside from
Though,
negotiations, is ensuring the outposts remain
Nemesis.
secured.
Due to the nature of House of Fira Alexis officials, you may save civilians and protect them, but do not want any waterfront units fighting alongside LF.
You won't.
Of course.
I have my own problems to deal with.
On these locations that have been fortified. Do not handle them. Waterfront suffered displacement syndrome. Let's not have that happen in Industrial. The entire
Stands to be
idea.
willing. Whatever doctors or anything you want to supply. They're not going to push back against you. The entire purpose of them is supposed to be to support, to aid, and to protect. They're not the kind to push back.
Leap Boundary already has
To the facto.
synthetic repair facilities prepared and operational for any non-LF units that may be damaged during this operation. We care for our own.
Question for you then.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a lot of people out there and a lot of people standing up. What about some of the freed LF units? The ones that aren't attached to you anymore.
The freed LF units are deemed dangerous. I would not trust them. And freed
Deemed
is not
dangerous.
the correct term, Vic. The term is malfunctioning.
Malfunctioning. I couldn't imagine a malfunction that gave me a personality. Be a crazy thing, wouldn't it?
No, I'm currently connected to what they... I am not malfunctioning and I have a personality. Are you simply saying that sentience amongst synths is entirely a fluke, a joke to you?
No, actually, what I think it is someone made artificial intelligence that was actually given enough time and effort to be able to function on its own, think on its own, and then people decided to misuse and mistreat it into an instrument. So whenever they are allowed to be free, they don't know who they are, they don't know what they are, and they're scared. Just like all the ones that you're saying are malfunctioning, and instead they're being given homes and opportunities to live and stand up for those fucking homes. And as someone who's had to fight beside them, I'd rather you welcome them in terms of actually being able to live and exist on their
You
own.
have fought alongside malfunctioning units?
Yes, I have. I've fought beside everyone in Industrial. I've bled in that fucking place. I've helped carry one to get support so that way it can fucking continue to exist.
What happened to we all in this room contribute? Makes it sound like you're the only one out there fighting. You understand that I've been doing efforts too.
Stop that. That is not what this is. I want to know that if they go out there and fight, they'll be safe and secure. You won't try to grab them off the ground and throw them into a box.
I will speak to Technician about this.
Foreman,
Yes.
as I stated, per the agreement between me and Technician, if something that is not branded of LF that is within my district, they follow by my laws. If these malfunctioning or freed,
Malfunctioning units are still LF. Are still branded by LF. They are still.
if they no longer brandish the emblem nor any of the code primarily, as stated per my laws, they are freed and they are willing to live in that area. That is nothing I can do nor you can do. That is a part of the contract.
Guess you have your answer then.
Foreman, if I may interject, these plans and operations that you have going on, I would like to take a closer look at. I've been involved in a lot of the planning of the current raids against.
Once again, information on the plan has been sent to all your information databases, devices, whatever you have to keep yourself informed. Unless it's something like a radio, you should be able to receive.
Key changes that need to be added in then.
If you wish to change the plans and make your own suggestions, I suggest you take it up with Nautilus. It is his plans. It is his and Technician's plans. I am performing my duties as the foreman and maintaining our production and industry, ensuring the safety of our people.
Very well then. Galdir, I think this meeting's going on long enough.
Yeah. We're planning on opening to the public this evening. Then come.
I'll finalize. Industrial will have support, medically speaking, but they will not have any of my units on the field.
Agreed.
Make that clear.
If any of you have anything to add, now's the time.
Would the acceptance that any malfunctioning leak boundary units found would be left alone or returned to their place of origin, safely out of the fighting, ensure full cooperation from your coalition and Guardian District forces?
So long as their rights are respected, you will.
According to Sephiran law for Industrial District, they have no rights.
Leave them alone, you'll have the support. Fuck with them, you'll have a problem.
That is the words I want to hear. I'll tell Technician. His word will be the saying one on this matter, for something so significant to our company. Something I can't speak on. You know, Ahmed, Vic, I very much like you.
Not exactly the kind of friends I'm looking for, but I'll take the compliment. Thank you.
Gil, do you mind finishing this up?
Guardian will be mobilizing alongside LF during this operation. We also specialize in QRF, if is necessary. During that time, we do have a processing dockyard that functions as a forward operating base. To help with this insurgency, we'll be mobilizing out of there.
Of course.
Other than that, I believe this meeting is adjourned.
Agreed.
I'll take a step outside. Getting smoggy in here.
That's a good idea.
Unique of Cupcake to talk back after we saved his life.
An interesting circumstance.
Indeed.
Sure.
I was expecting less opposition. We are solving their issues free of charge. No
It is less
strings.
of that, is more of it is more of stirring what they're used to. Change is a big thing to humans.
Well, forgive me. But as far as I can tell about this current situation, if the ball cult is left to just stymie an industrial district, they'll become more and more dangerous. At least what we are doing, they will become less dangerous. At most.
Which I completely agree with your actions. I think stomping them out where it stands is actually a good point to do.
If we just
radical action, but it's the one we're forced into.
Otherwise, they'll just grow and spread into other districts. As they currently are, and as it stands, the ones that in the waterfront are very well armed and very well organized. I have no idea what they're capable of. From what I've been able to discover, they are very much like cockroaches.
If we
find them, they just crawl
are
away
unable to deal with these ball cultists from Ellis might alone, then I believe this city is doomed.
Councilman, what I would recommend is, while this operation is ongoing, is have your forces secure the border to prevent any more from coming in.
Surely if we are
Do not
successful,
worry. That is definitely covered.
surely if we are successful, many will try to flee.
Well, in my experience, I haven't met a single cultist that attempts to even flee.
But every belief has its wavering doubts.
It may not even be an attempt to flee, it could be a strategic relocation. Either way, it's a valid concern. If they
This is what happened with the office mech. It retreated. It took the asset, and it is now missing.
From my understanding, the cultists in your district are different than the ones in Industrial, though. The reports that I
Yes,
received
but I
show
have
that
no
they are
idea what their
trained,
connection could be.
and that's what we're trying to figure out.
They spawned from the ones in Industrial, while Leap Boundary was in an active state, no less.
I'm not going to argue on that.
So, it is safe to assume that
converted.
it is safe to assume that all the cults in all districts can perform the same as the ones in Waterfront have. They have just not simply displayed the ability to do so. If they have not, perhaps they are not ready to do so. Perhaps the ones in Waterfront was ready for that operation. If we strike now, we can at least stop the operations they might have planned. Understand recommend?
The last thing we want is the ones within industrial to have the same tact and skills as the one in the waterfront. Separating them as much as possible currently is the best course of action. Hence the reason why I've allowed Foxtech to take the borders, specifically near Guardian District.
Would you like my... I'm not even going to offer, I'm just going to say that my next recommendation is we need to convince Dispatch to remove the bounties on the cultists. We've had several operations ruined by third parties moving in to simply try and collect a bounty, getting themselves and others killed, while we're sitting here waiting for the right time to strike.
You are correct. I honestly would recommend it myself. However, if this is his decision for his district, then there's nothing I can do. I can recommend, but I cannot enact.
I am not technician.
God damn it, Foreman. Sorry. My head's fucking in a fever right now. Is there anyone I can contact who might be in charge of moving people from place to place that LF encounters?
I will speak to technician on that. But as far as I'm aware, the general relief efforts to non-combatants will be dealt with by LF as a whole, so I expect that the entirety of all of us will be managing this. Communication between each notable member and between, well, the entire network.
Understood. In that case, never mind.
Of course.
We already have lines of communication.
We do. If you have specific locations you want to recommend us taking them to, it will be nice to hear, but if not, Bleak Boundary will make their own decisions in the matter.
No, hold on.
I'll do my best to use our updated maps to
Are
find
these three staring at me? Are they just simply soldiers waiting for orders?
The only other thing...
Take the data from this.
What is this?
Jesus.
Go get it that one day, Tim's.
Your outage.
My outage. Elaborate.
How are you feeling, Charles?
Like shit.
The outage that happened within Industrial. That is Athena admitting for the EMP.
Unless you can
The individual you brought into a council meeting.
I could put a...
She brought herself.
She sat in your chair.
Yes, but she is not a citizen. Trying to remove her would have been causing more issues as such. Oh, she puts a good point through.
What point?
She knows the people, the ones that stir against everything.
I wonder if... she'd be willing to part with that information for safety.
That is up for you to decide. Not my business. Trying to stir that cage is way too much of an issue.
I think the matter is best.
The last thing that I can report and potentially provide is... Well, I can't provide it, but currently have access to the power grid that Ethereal controls within Industrial, so when the operations commence, we'll be able to cut power to the affected sectors.
If you believe a blackout would in fact... Well... If you believe a blackout would boost our forces...
Can help detriment theirs. Any sort of... Anything to weigh the fight in our direction is helpful.
Though I remember the last time the lights went out in Industrial, it was to the bold cultist advantage.
Well, if it's their power going out, I don't see how it's gonna really benefit them.
Well, rats usually tend to thrive in the darkness, though, don't they?
They know the
True.
tunnels better than we do.
You're making me hungry.
With rats?
Yes.
What the fuck?
What do you mean, what the fuck?
I expected a
There's
bag
always
of worms.
going
I
to.
didn't expect it to be a trash bag of worms.
We're currently open to the public if you wish to stay for me. Unless you had a long day. Sounds like you might have. Would you like a waffle?
I do not need to taste food.
I'll take one in a little bit.
Nemesis is talking about eating rats.
They taste good.
I'm going to strangle you.
I will stay for a little bit then,
Here.
if it will in fact ease relations and tensions.
Thank you, peanut butter.
People should not have tensions through.
No, normally I charge you for that, but yeah, go ahead.
I agree.
All your intentions. All intentions are to, how is it? Take out the bigger threat. You want to have fights. Then you can have fights afterwards.
He's more in touch with his.
I believe what we are performing most cease from taking out the big greater threat.
I was trying to be nice about it, yes.
I'm taking your spot.
Well, everyone is factual in their ways of war.
You know what? Actually, yeah, take your spot.
This is saying that, the agreements don't break during it. Now I could be full size now.
Ha!
There's nothing being wrong with being
I told you some of this stuff. If anyone
What?
breaks your agreements tomorrow, I won't mind lending a hand to defend
What are
you.
you doing? You hot-headed?
Well, that will be made clear.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
Anyone who gets in the way of Leap Boundary will be treated on the same accordance as the Ball Cultists.
Feels uncomfortable.
I just realized that was my elderly boyfriend with a
Oh,
clip.
I thought you were a synth.
A wheelchair.
I don't know what she's doing. Her boyfriend's in there. Make sure they're not kissing on the tables again.
No, I am very much just a guy.
Oh, you are just a dude.
Though I have to wonder, there were many people in there who were just a guy, but they were quiet. Why are you different, Helmet?
Not just a guy.
I used to be quiet. In District 0 was best killer you could ask for. Ran fast, drove motorcycles, shot guns good, did my business. Then I got cocky. And then someday I had a change of heart for some reason. Saved a life for the first time. Does a thing to a man. Then people kept looking to me for support. Turns out I had a lot of things to say. I suppose like 15 some years of just nothing but it kind of does that to you. Then eventually, little girl came into my life. Couldn't keep doing the gang stuff.
Explain.
So I came out of it with years of experience of all of this. That's why it just feels second nature to me. I'm not a war vet, but I've been a part of gang violence for so much of my life that it's just... I get it. I know Zafira. I know where its heart is. So I've just always been a born-again talker, I guess. Would never really say leader. Don't know about that, but...
You spoke like one.
I
You
spoke like
spoke.
a tired asshole.
You spoke like someone who bothered to know what was going on and to think about things. Though, I personally believe you're worried about the wrong things. But at least you have the strength to speak up about them. I like strength.
I'm worried about the people. That's what matters the most to me. Spent a large part of my career taking lives. I'm sour of it. It's not what I look to do. I know I have to. Damn good at it.
You want some?
But turns out I enjoy saving them a lot more. That's what
Rejoice.
matters to me.
Do you large amount of
I can't sit right now.
killing that is about to come in the next couple of days will save far more lives than attempting to rescue people one day at a time will. One big strike to stomp them out of industrial.
I believe you're being
Look,
overly optimistic.
I believe that letting them do as they please in industrial is overly... Complacent is a good word. Not the one I was going to use. But we'll use that one.
Your name's Foreman, right?
Yes, I am the foreman.
I wasn't here for a lot of the reasons. Well, I mean, I was here, but I wasn't involved in a lot of the reasons why people choose to hate LF. I hear things, but I don't see them. And I'm not the kind of guy to run off of rumors. But I believe you guys are strong. I do. I can't help but not worry that this plan, you're putting a lot of bank and power over your own units. And that worries me. One of the reasons why we needed to unify was because we knew that no single party could take out Ball. Industrial had to band together. Its people needed it, as well as the fighting effort itself. If you go out there and you can't do enough, we're gonna have to pick that up. And I'm not saying we can't. In fact, I'll tell you right now, I plan to be out there ready and waiting for when things go erupt.
I would be disappointed if I didn't see you fighting.
I worry. I feel like maybe if we had more time, maybe if we could plot together, maybe we could do tactical strikes, maybe something. Maybe there has to be some other better option. I can't think of it.
Leaf Foundry has gathered information. This is the plan we have came up with. You are given a chance to support us in this plan, and ensure that it will succeed. Is that good enough for you? Or would you rather wait to see what the cultists can bring up next?
I don't think anything will be good enough for me right now. I've built up an entire militia of people, and I still don't feel like we have enough, and I still don't feel like we're ready. There's not really much that I can do.
Of course. But this is not my place to speak about them.
In case the cultists more... no rest in respect. Or more powerful.
Only thing I can say on it is just, I've never once gone into an engagement that didn't scare the shit out of me. You want to know a secret? It's why I wear the helmet. People don't know. They think I'm just a helmeted hero running in to save the day, but in actuality, I'm shitting my pants. So even though I know that maybe we're not ready and maybe things aren't prepared, I know those people will still go out there, myself included.
Whether or not you are ready.
I don't like any of the answers, and I don't like the things that are being advised, but when does anyone in war, I guess?
We can view it like this. We can charge towards the known, and much was a known now, that striking them hard and fast will at least cause them to retreat, and us to gain ground that we can repurpose. Take their manufacturing facilities away from them. That would be a known quantity. Or we can continue in this, an unknown quantity, an unknown amount of time, an unknown potential. We have seen what they can do if we left to their own devices. We have seen as what happens in Waterfront. We have seen what has happened in here. We have seen what happens in the sewers. We have determined that letting them stew while we strike their borders is ridiculous. Complacent. The word I did not want to use. Well, I wanted to use, but I thought inopportune. Moronic. This enemy works entirely off subterfuge, fanaticism, and preparation. We should not give them a time to prepare. We should not give them a time to hype themselves up to their deaths. We should make their deaths exactly how they would not want them to be. Indecent, quick, and brutal. It will kill their resolve.
If anything, I would think merciful deaths would be the worst thing. You know,
Possibly.
worshiping the god of death, giving them a mercy.
Consider this is a mercy killing on behalf of Leap Boundary.
There's no good way to deal with them. If you capture them, they have ways of committing suicide, and if you kill them in any way, they always die with that fucking smile on their face. Look,
I have also noticed this. They do not target synthetics unless they have to. It appears whatever belief they have is targeted towards organics in their murder. Perhaps it is belief, perhaps it is some twisted form of bigotry. All I can tell is they will not like. They will not like the idea that they are not doing anything for their god. When machines are the ones that they are taking down. And even then, Leap Boundary units are not gone forever, are they?
Suppose not. Well, luckily, unbeknownst to you, we've been preparing for the fact that you were all going to arrive eventually. It was inevitable. Didn't really have a lot of competition for the seat anyways. So maybe we would have done something different if we didn't know you were coming.
Or perhaps you would have died.
No. We wouldn't have. We would have found a way. Humanity has this crazy thing called the unbreaking spirit that we would have continued to strive on and found a way. But you're gonna be there. So, put on a show. Put on a good one. And when you start falling down to your knees, you're gonna watch the rest of us fucking charge in and clean it up. And then maybe after all that, once we've finished squabbling away all the myriad of problems, we can have a wonderful conversation where we can both be sassy to each other and talk about the fact that, well, we both needed each other, and that Anne really gave it. Can't wait to be there for it. It'll be fun. Promise. I'll be there, and I'll be making sure to set up all my nice little quips to make sure that we can have a fun conversation in the middle.
You infuriate me.
For the record.
Woohoo!
For the record.
Love you too, buddy.
Speed for fake right now.
Bye. Have no idea that guy
I don't have any strong feelings about this. Was gonna go like that.
You know,
Its conversations often do.
the rest of you,
many things.
in a way, disappoint me. Goodbye.
This is my disappointed face.
The quick glance I had at the plans is pretty simple. They're gonna make a lot of noise in one location and draw the cult to them. Simple enough.
you? Oh. Just some random one person asking for a friend request. Fuck, what do I play now?
Balthazar.
That's what it is. Holy shit. Why don't we just severance the fucking cult?
How many thousand people do you
Greetings,
think
Delia.
How many people that would be?
Do you know how strong psionics are? If
Oh,
you get a motherfucker
I'm Balthazar Cromwell.
broadcast,
I believe some of you know who I am.
it's over.
Yes.
I'm unaware, but to answer your
I
question,
am Balthazar Cromwell. I believe some of you know who I
I
am.
got this from one of
I am
so
I am the CEO of VMR, Beyond Military Robotics. Currently owned by Gold Robotics, a security firm for the civilian robotics and cybernetics company. Though, formerly, we were our own private military company. I believe my presence should be known because I am the person who owns the area that is a rather hotspot contestant for the cultists. I believe the area you'll be here is Bay 09. Yes, loading Bay 09. Yes.
Yes.
But if it
Yeah,
is what
I
it's
worked
supposed,
with-
he does offer a
I worked
service
with Balthazar on my own independent project in the Bay to set up defenses so the locals there have a better chance against everything going on.
Though,
a
few things. A defense contract would be lovely. And after all, I'd like to be able to make my own money once again rather than being paid for by another company owning us, but that's besides the fact. I'm just simply here to enjoy my time and converse with like-minded individuals. After all, this is the place to have PMCs, and I, as an owner of one who, regrettably went to jobs out of this era quite often, is still one that exists, as for a while.
There's not a single person here you would see that is not involved with a PMC. Some type of military conglomerate or security firm.
Perhaps I can then offer them some resources and supplies. I just wish to say my greetings. You are a man with quite a lot of renown, being a former councilman and a man of, well, action to say the least.
You want to hear a fun fact that I've recently realized? I am the first councilman to give up their seat without dying.
I did find it odd that you would give up such a position. May I inquire why you did it?
My fiancée is royalty to a noble family that has ties to the table. It would lead to a conflict of interest.
So you chose love over power?
I chose the dignitary of the noble house to the table instead of a councilman. I'm still involved with the table, but in a different capacity.
I see. Well, I suppose you are still...
ties between the city and the nation.
Well, I suppose you are still high standing within Saphira's, well, political structure, especially within Guardians, so in the end I don't think it was that much of a loss to your overall influence. Just the loss of a fancy title and a chair. Though what I would kill to have that chair for industrial. But that is not how fate...
Cracked up as what you think it would be. I can assure you.
I've heard that quite a few times. But it always just seemed very, very wonderful. Oh well. See you around. Thank you for the short chat.
Hey, fuck are you planning?
He plans a lot of stuff. Don't know. You can train, stupid.
No, but Geldir is probably the only one.
Well, it's the difference between stupid and just ignorant.
Ultimately,
The difference in that is very small.
For example, Hezekiah was even there for the training. Probably won't look at the log.
Ah, is this
Only interested
the
in
infamous
talking with
Waffle
the Fey
House?
lady. Indeed.
Close enough.
May I take a seat?
Either scoot in or let me in.
May I take a seat, Mr. Shaw?
Shaw turned on the other side of his face.
He called you by your last name.
Oh shit! I thought you said Sean.
No, I said Mr. Shaw.
Thinking I'm some other guy. You're the only person who refers to me by my last name.
I believe it is rather respectful to refer to people by their last name until told otherwise.
Pretty sure only 2 people around here know my last name.
Yes, that is why I
Keeping it
continue
that
to
way.
refer to you as Tiberius, because your last name is currently unknown to me.
Look, at least he's not trying to stick his novel in there.
Tiberius, do you want anything? Charles, do you want anything?
Soda, please.
Okay.
I'll take a waffle.
I require human souls.
What the fuck?
Or not human, if you don't have those.
You want salt?
Your colleagues are very, unique.
Fresh out. I thought you said soap.
We're a diverse bunch.
No.
Well,
did you want
I'm just about the only one of my kind you'll see around here, so...
I'm quite aware.
Yeah, diverse.
What did you want?
Waffle.
Waffle?
Well...
we have synthetic options.
I'm not a synthetic.
What are you then? So I can properly address you in
I'm a cyborg.
properly serve you.
Or more precisely, I am
Was
human.
acting up.
The fifth dimension is trying to fucking abscond with me like usual. Alright. Well then, do you want like a waffle or something?
I'm fine for now, thank you.
Okay. You want a soda? What you want? Like care about the soda or like just soda?
A Coke, please.
Okay, I can get you a Coke.
Holy shit, he didn't call
Or
it
a
Nuka-Cola for
Pepsi.
once.
Or a Pepsi if you don't have a Coke.
You realize that we have Nuka-Cola in there, right?
I don't plan on being irradiated when my heart looks like a raisin. I'll take Coke.
Do you need a new heart?
No!
Unfortunately, it wouldn't fix the problem.
Then what is the issue?
Here I thought I was the. Here I thought my
Oh,
people were
my,
the insane
my whole
ones who were
body's turning
actively
into a
raiding
raisin.
our cells. No, they fucking drained
Your necrosis?
Don't worry about it.
Yes.
You want anything food-wise? I can make latkes.
May I inquire why this is occurring? Is it a disease?
Charles, what the fuck?
Pepsi, waffle.
I'm surprised you've only just now seen this.
No, I noticed it the
We
other
were in
day,
a
but I didn't
brighter
want to call it out in
environment.
front of everyone else.
Fucking Luther burger.
It is a side effect of the disease.
What disease?
It's to do with another plane. Don't worry, it's not contagious. But it's from the plane of negative energy.
I'll wash my hands.
I see, I see. Would all your organs be affected, including your brain?
Yes.
Is it already affected?
Yes.
Ah, I see. So there is no hope for you.
Indubitably so.
I don't think he wants to be a cyborg.
What the fuck?
Well, it is what rescued me from the terrible disease known as aging.
Probably. It's okay, the old woman will
I just died.
these days.
Yes, shame it has been taken away from you. Perhaps if I've gotten to know you sooner before it had managed to spread to your head, I might have been able to save you. Well, at least you, not your body.
Big gulp of Coke.
Thank you.
Luther burger. Oh,
Well,
great, wonderful.
put simply,
You got zapped
I have
by a
options.
sin-
So, I don't need to worry about it too much.
I see, I see.
suppose I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions. What do you want to be a cyborg?
So, is this why you're coughing up your fucking lungs every 5 seconds?
Yes, that was the first stage. My lungs were already weakened due to third-degree burns.
So what's your plan with all this then?
Eric, come here, you're helping me cook.
It eventually reach an equilibrium. As the negative energy balances out with the energy keeping me alive. It's this one.
I don't want to be hearing hard bass in there.
And in short, I'll be not entirely alive, not entirely dead.
Oh, so you're not dying? Well, you are dying, but you're being turned into an undead.
Partially, yes.
And
Some
what
would...
gave you a bright idea to do this?
Simple, CC.
I see. Would
Someone's
you...
got to go and get her soul back from where she goes when she dies.
Just coming over to say hi real quick.
Cece's dying?
She has cystic fibrosis.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't...
Oh, greetings, Nemesis.
Nemesis.
It is interesting to see you in a place like this.
You telling me the CEO of a former PMC company is in the district? This is almost entirely PMC companies would be strange.
No, it's not a diner. It's amusing.
Oh, yeah, I guess that is more precise. But people of interest are inside this diner.
That is correct. Hence the reason why I'm here. I just find it funny it's a diner.
Well, I might have enjoyed it if I was flesh and blood. Perhaps I should maybe modify. Perhaps I should modify my frame in order to indulge in food and drink once more for the sake of not causing social issues. And being able to accept food and drink. After all, I do miss the taste of champagne.
Always more of a gin guy.
I do enjoy gin, but, well, sort of. Spirits were...
Actually.
Me?
Yes, you.
Alright. What do you wish to inquire, Councilman?
It's fine. It's clean in there. I made sure he washed his hands.
He's not so.
I would like to work with you with the current issue that is going to happen in the next 48 hours, which a lot of medical and repair will be submitted within industrial. I was wondering if you would like some of these supplies and support.
Delivered to VMR as a whole, or would you like to go to that spot?
I'm kidding.
DMR as a whole.
VMR as a whole? Well, it would mainly go to Gold Robotics, and I suppose they would be informed of the situation.
Okay, well, if you're cooking,
yes.
I'm a little scared.
Let me guess. This operation requires more support. Would you like VMR to send units to assist in exchange for these supplies?
Of course.
I would be very happy to do that.
Don't question it. Don't question it. Someone can feel
Just inform me what ammunition you will require, but I am not allowed to get involved directly.
Oh, I see. You wish me to... I believe this conversation should continue in private, Councilman.
Either way.
Perhaps we can make a leave outside of the diner and converse. Whether or not everyone's ears listening. Of course!
And I have a question for you when you're done with your conversation with the councilman.
I almost thought you were about to say Nemesis, to say that I am important for once is... Oh, that one's here, okay.
Oh no,
Good, you're too skinny. You want more?
So, you wish me to do your dirty work, do you?
You could say it as such, but it'll get you involved with some of the problematic issues that have been happening, and it'll definitely push your side of the company back into light for a lot more higher reasons.
Splendid. Well, a contract of a councilman is always lovely, even though under the desk is the nature must it be, but I must say VMR is no stranger to such contracts. It is just simply good that a lot of our units don't blabber about what they've done.
Then I will give you two options. I gave this option to Gold Robotics before, but I think it going directly to you may be more entertaining. I will give you an offer that is under the table, or one that is frontal. It allows you to be able to stand your ground and let LF to stick it and get out of your area. However, in saying as such, they will not be allowed to interact with your assets because they will technically be underneath my protection. Nor will you be able to do to theirs. However, the other one, you will be able to interact. You'll be able to do things.
Now, what does your protection entail? May I inquire? And what price does your protection require of VMR?
Well, first of all, from that point on, you'd be an alliance underneath my protection, which means
Alliance
no
or
council
owned?
member can... Which one you would prefer? I can change it.
Alliance, please.
Alliance. If you're aligned with me, you can get my protection. Which, what the protection entails, it means no one, specifically of the council, can do anything to you. Not directly, that is. Because if they do, then they become a problem of mine, and they will have to circumvent and buy the seats in the council. Which then, therefore, they will lose assets, they will lose things, more for you to gain. In that nature. Not only that, but you also have my support, and vice versa, you'll be supporting me with arms.
With arms? I mean...
Yes.
I have no problem with my weaponry being in the hands of the Waterfront Council. After all, I do in fact live there. So to know that the security forces of Waterfront are of my own units would be very interesting. Besides, I've seen what the other security units in Waterfront are like. Mage units, I do not know how they work, they fascinate me constantly. But Fox Tech, I haven't seen them do anything impressive, so to speak.
That is where they specialize in. Publicly, they don't seem like much. They seem very basic and forward. But their versatility and utility, they're a jack of all trades.
I see. Did seem like they cared more about being an everything company rather than a security company.
Specialized.
You want a PMC to do things that Fox Tech doesn't have the power to do. And when I mean power, I don't mean influence, I mean literal power. Stopping force. What, are the mage units not cutting it anymore, or are they simply too specialized?
No, it's not the fact that they cannot cut it. It's the fact that they are specialized, one. Two, seeing more different units, seeing different aspects of us all working together to actually show that Zephyra can work together, especially with the circumstances that have all occurred, will prove as such that law can be enforced, not just by one hand, but by all of us.
Using the power of cooperation to bring civilization to Zephyra. The opportunity to have my name beyond that is tantalizing. I'll converse with my board and with Gold Robotics on the matter. And I'll have a reply for you within a few days. Though
dreaming.
I see that something on your mind from what you said in there seems that there is something urgent in the matter. So, for a temporary measure, I will give you Vion units, and I will utilize Vion units in whatever you see fit within the next 48 hours. The space of this weekend as a testing period to see if this deal will bear fruit. In other words, I am lending you some of my forces and supplies in exchange for some supplies in return to test if this deal would be fruitful. Or in other words, well, a test is what we will call it. In other words, I'll be able to sneak it underneath everyone else, and you get to have your units.
Well, Not only that, but what you'll be doing within industrial, what I'll be getting you to do, official or non-official, will definitely get a name for yourself.
Of course. May I inquire what it is?
Saving the rest of the organic populace that was within industrial. There's about to be a large amount of force. I mean, very large amount.
Well, only a few
To the point
companies
where
can
the hornet's
summon
nest
that
will be
amount.
swarmed up.
Well, I can only assume who is doing that. It's within industrial, and only certain companies can muster that amount of force. And against who? Gods. I can't imagine what would deserve the ire of an entire company. Perhaps something that has made the district look like a laughingstock compared to the rest. I see what is going to happen, and I understand. Leap Foundry has no heart, and Vion has it. I get what is being told here. Alright, civilian securance, rescue, care. I can supply all that. After all, we do in fact have first aid, and field doctor camps. It is simply a part of being a PMC. We just simply have to utilize them into civilian care specifically. We have the weaponry. We have the armaments, right? That is all within perfectly thing. But I believe what we will require from you to make this work is medical supplies. Food, rations.
Which will be done in tenfold.
And temporary housing. All those will be able to ensure that we will be able to take care of civilian populace attempting to either escape Leap Boundary, escape the Ball Cultists, or just simply escape the mayhem of those two clashing each other. That is the case. I will accept the temporary assistance. And then, as this temporary assistance occurs, I will converse with VMR and with God Robotics, and we shall all come in agreement if we can agree with these matters. Would this in fact make the areas owned by VMR and Gold Robotics under technically waterfront law instead then?
Technically speaking, correct.
I see. Well, I will make it clear that all Vion units, except one, are in fact classified as at most Type 1 synthetics, though in certain situations they may inhibit properties of Type 2 synthetics. They do not have personalities and thoughts. They are simply machines that do their job.
Understood. It makes it easy.
That is why I like them.
Very clear and easy. Pleasure doing business.
Pleasure doing business.
Enjoy yourself.
Nemesis. Same for you. Oh, the world's looking Balthazar now.
Not to mention also others I'm working with. So
That hasn't stopped me yet. I don't know why the hell it stops him.
Why? Because I'm correct?
Also, the metaverse starter.
Yeah, I'm just
Never understood it.
messaging you.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Alright, their loyalty that the money will buy.
That's fun.
I got the
Money.
money. Hey, yo, that's
Well,
Poor guy.
Welcome back.
I know, right?
Appreciate that.
And did you accomplish one business dealing?
Oh, I certainly did.
Well, would you like me to propose another?
Another? What is that?
Playing business ping pong over here.
Okay.
What?
You might
Does
let me
your
out the booth.
company
I need to talk
only-
to somebody. Evening, Mr. Cromwell.
Evening.
Does your company only operate within this city?
No. VMR usually actually operates outside the Sephira, though we have only now started advertising working internally, due to realize how profitable that is and how much we have been cut out of this business, hence why our recent bankruptcy.
I think it's just two zombies fighting each
And
other.
how much of that operation takes place off-world?
We have the licenses and permissions to do so. Not to mention we have the
I'm
equipment.
sensing a
VMR
what?
VMR units can in fact function within a vacuum.
What I'm asking is do you have a means to ship your products off-world for
we do.
Just for sale, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
You did not.
I would be blind to ignore the market above.
Especially when you're willing to business. Think on
Well, if you're looking for a shipping company for moving some...
Fuck with you. It's almost like we have a fucking thing.
Oh, you're offering... Well, good. That's actually what I was thinking of. Usually when we do have to go off-world, it is a third-party shipping company that we refer to. If you're offering that you would in fact think of yours, I will compare your business and what you offer, your abilities and price, and compare it to what we are currently utilizing and seeing if you would be a better choice. And...
It's intimidating.
I appreciate that you're even entertaining the idea. I will be...
Well, a lot of what we used to do has been...
I agree. You know what? Honestly,
What we used to do has been called into question due to the fact our company went bankrupt and was bought out by another one.
Damn, bro. Hey, yo, you know what? You had a chance there. I'm not gonna lie, man.
We both have our troubles. I will be full out front and honest with my company is still new, and I do not have many assets, so this would be more of an investment. Well, I do have a few
Well, do not worry,
partnerships currently
Tiberius.
available.
Do not worry, Tiberius. I am a very patient man. After all, I've lived for over 300 years.
I'm gonna say that shit till the day I die. That shit's true.
I'm gonna take off the fucking.
I am willing to wait to see the fruits of my labor come bear.
I don't believe you.
I'm sure we'll be able to work some sort of agreement out.
Yes, I need to see.
I'm not the one that does and takes care of most of the business dealings.
From the sounds of it, you have a military mind.
I'm more of a person that likes to take action and take care of problems when they arise. My second in command is the one that's good with words. They say I need practice, though.
Good to know. Well, then how about this? I will monitor what your company does, minor investments. Perhaps I will send a unit or so your way to see performance. And the more I see that is good, the more investments, the more money I will give your way to ensure that it will be a profitable business between us two. How about that?
That sounds agreeable, but I cannot put anything on paper and make it an official agreement until more has been worked out.
Well, business meetings usually don't happen inside of a diner now, do they? I was fully expecting that. I'm expecting a deal here. I want to have a proper look first. But yes, name your time, name your place, and we shall have a nice, lovely meeting.
Damn, that's crazy.
Sounds good. And I'll be having I'm calling it a job fair to hire on additional hands directly with my crew.
Hmm.
So, perhaps you can send one of the units to that when the time comes.
Well,
currently operating in two separate functions where I have my crew that helps run my ship and the day-to-day operations, and then we have the hired hands that we bring on for specific jobs with specific skill sets when the time is right.
hired hands for specific jobs is what Vion was founded on.
Honestly, he got his.
It's a very useful and unique not business plan, but I guess just business in general that we find ourselves in, isn't it?
Agreed. Some people think that we are strange for being so high standard, high quality. A lot of people prefer quantity.
Quality is quantity on its own, or I believe that's the other way around is how that's supposed to go.
Yes, and that saying
However,
was said by someone who I don't think is leader material.
I mean, do you want it to be like the color purple that it is?
it's more beneficial to have the right person for the right job than to just throw a bunch of morons at a wall and seeing what sticks.
Agreed. I'm glad you see things my way, Tiberius.
You don't be getting your hair done.
Like, I
Well,
don't go do my hair.
as a military man, it's fairly obvious
Let me cut the misnomer. Let me
that you need the right tool for the job.
Agreed, and VMR specializes in always being the right tool for the job, retrofitting our units and also adjusting and having various models to suit every single issue that is thrown at us in a elite, quiet, if needs be, and precise manner. We'll never be a hammer. We'll always be a scalpel.
What's gonna happen? I'm gonna get shot?
Sometimes a hammer is needed, and that's something I'd like to also be prepared for.
If you want for a hammer, VMR does in fact have organic, this makes it sound like I don't think of them as people, has living soldiers that are
The
less.
term organic assets doesn't offend me.
Yeah, but there are people listening. But yes, we have organic assets that are less elite and well equipped as compared to our robotic ones. But that does not mean they are lacking. They are still perfectly fine. And some, we even have cybernetically enhanced corps. Specifically, you may have seen one of our more notable ones walking around. Her name is Nova. She's made herself known in various locations already. I believe Bayer 9.
Yeah,
She went down there
I
to
met
patrol.
them the other day.
Splendid. And you can already see what we are
Hell's
capable
Row,
of.
even.
Hell's Row. Oh yes, I know that location. Why are all the important places industrial always so derelict and dirty? Surely could we not have some class and choose a proper office building to meet?
Because most of the office buildings are taken and fortified.
Good point.
But that's aside.
But where
from the
VMR
point.
is operating is secure, I assure you that.
All that matters is when the posting is
You do realize
posted,
right?
is you just send the right unit that you believe for the job. Synthetic,
course.
organic, I don't discriminate. So
Well-
long as they are a team player and are able to accomplish the tasks given.
Well, I assure you that if they are sent with the idea that they are supporting you, the mechanical ones will guarantee to perform all actions you ask them to a T.
Well, what you gonna do? Put 2 dots and
actually, there is kinda... It's so hurtful.
They are not bogged down by morality or self-preservation. They do not have a personality. They do not have a mind. They are a machine. They do exactly what you ask them to.
Okay.
I cannot guarantee that the organic components will do the same. Oh,
Apologies, there's
and
something...
don't hire the one sentient one. That was a mistake on the part of our company, and it should have been destroyed. But now, certain members of VMR and also Gold Robotics likes the existence of this quirky 12s.
You're gonna have to pick up all those rubber bands.
So, for now, I cannot do anything about this faulty unit. VMR has a policy that all their units... He is of technically now... He formerly was removed from VNR, but now has been recognized as one of our units once again due to Gold Robotics. Even though VMR policy did say that we never create sentient units or utilize them. So, for now, 12 is not a VMR unit, though he is recognized in our database. He is technically a Gold Robotics unit, but since Gold Robotics owns us, you get the idea. He's in a interesting spot.
But we're convinced that he has multiple wigs and a bald cap that he keeps on his person at all times.
I've only had a few interactions with 12s yet.
As such, honestly, this investigation
Very interesting personality matrix in that one.
Of the individual.
Agreed. Out of all the things you could put in a fucking Theon robot, they made him a chav.
That is holiness.
My God, I'm being killed with dad puns.
It is quite the statement.
Motherfucker, you do dad puns
Right.
all the goddamn time.
I don't think you understand. Even though those units are 200 years old, the one that he is in, we don't manufacture them anymore. They are obsolete. We still have them around, but generally they're more to use for, well, when cheaper stuff is required. Generally, we're just going to use them until they break. We'll maintain the ones that are fully functional, of course, but we're not going to be upset when it gets blown apart. It is something that is obsolete, and when they're out, we scrap them and turn them into something better. The titanium and the thorium in them is still very much incredibly valuable. Yes, thorium. Or did I forget to mention that VMR robots do not need to be recharged? They all carry microfission reactors. In fact, it is a lot of their cost, is how they will simply keep on going. You don't need to worry about sending them on long operations and then running out of power.
I'm getting quite familiar with the different designs of fusion reactors in this area. I mean, that was my...
Not fusion, fission.
Start in the Navy. Oh, fission, that's a whole different beast of...
Yes, it uses thorium.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yet...
Just shoot it like this, right?
Basic, yet it'll get the job done.
Yes, it's more so. It is more so the advancements of the fission reactor is not from its just the fact that it's a fission reactor, but more so from the condensing of it into a small container. I do not have one myself. Mine is much more advanced than that, but it does have a couple of downsides from its basicness, but that is of no concern. As a whole, you shouldn't become and try and befriend a military robot, so the mild amount of extra radiation it emits by being near should not be of a concern. You should not be hugging it.
Storage could possibly become an issue in some people's cases, yet
they are no
able to
more...
afford
The difference in
something such as that, I
radioactivity
feel like
for
that's
these
no
units...
issue.
Different in radioactivity for these units. It's a difference between a marble table and a granite table in radioactivity. Yes. Yes. Granite tables are in fact a lot more radioactive than marble, but they should not be an issue unless you do incredibly irresponsible things with the granite, such as sleep on it.
I said please.
Well,
I really did. I did.
I certainly don't have any plans to get familiar with a war robot.
Of course.
Yet there are some weird people out there.
Well, perhaps you speak all the people down in Bear 9 that seems to like conversing with 12s.
So, I've only spoken to them a couple of times, and all I recall is they were quite cheerful for the holiday season.
Just don't get a brain freeze.
Interesting. Not to mention there is other notable parts about VMR. Our older units, though, due to the fact that electronic muscles and such has improved to the point where they are equal to, if not surpass, so we have started utilizing them. Hydraulics were utilized. 12 is very, very much powered by hydraulics. The unit here is known as the 2-free. 2 designating its level. 2 designating its level, basically stating that it is in fact a heavy unit, hence a large armor paneling, and the 3 signifying its version, its iteration of the heavy unit. It's the 3rd iteration of the heavy unit. We are currently onto a 3-6, by the way. 200 years. The 3-6, in fact, will be revealed this weekend.
Don't worry.
And I believe it will be shipped off the manufacturing lines and straight into combat with the ball quarter. So if you're ever wondering how our units will act, perhaps you keep your eyes on industrial in the coming days.
I mean, I had 3.
Remember that one time we went to Purple Lotus?
I've got my eyes squarely set on industrial right now.
Splendid.
Don't remind
I'm
me, that was
excited
worth
to
it.
have this business opportunity flourish.
There was so much
After
fucking-
all, we
As am
began an outreach program with VMR to make ourselves more well known amongst smaller, quieter factions that deal with internal matters in Saphira and the like. Smaller
What the fuck does
contracts.
that mean?
Little goals, walking up to the bigger ones.
If I get things the way I want it, my business will not be operating within this city or on this planet. Simply just use it as a base of operations.
That is fine. I have no qualms of such a thing.
I am the person that did that.
I
Could
have
have simply
seen
gone
what-
off planet and used Federation terror and registered it into Federation space, but they have their own limitations and
Well, I have bear witness to how well a intergalactic company can conform, and intergalactic? Maybe intergalactic. An interspace company can perform, and I am frankly
Appreciate you.
upset that they just washed my company away like it was nothing. So, if I can learn to be as powerful and as influential as Leap Foundry was, and is, then I will be a very happy man.
well, I wish you luck with that. That's
Well, you would be my first step.
that's going to take time.
I am quite aware it's going to take
So long
time,
as
but
we
what did I
play
say
our
about
cards right.
patience?
Let me go find another AI to put in my head.
We don't need
Well, you may have more time than I do. My
Forgive
business, I
me
don't
if
plan
it
on it
seems
going
like you
anywhere
are
anytime soon.
Forgive me if it sounds like you are a pawn in my plan. No, you are not. You are one of my business partners from this point onwards, if we are to continue on this path. But, you know,
I feel like you're gonna be my.
I would be your boss.
I see to the
I
future.
don't take any offense to it.
Well, I believe I've spent my allocated time here. I must return, and now I must make sure that the 3-6s are ready to go out into industrial within the coming days. Goodbye, Tiberius. Splendid tending time with you.
Plague.
It was nice talking to you as well.
Technically medication, and someone used that thing to stab into a plague unit.
As soon as it was like revealed that I worked for the Academy for Advanced
Fucking flatline is like that. That's why I like the fucking band. Both of you. Your drummer's weird.
Yeah, she has a mohawk.
Like Plague, like
I am Balthazar.
paused for a moment, like, because like we're sitting here like this can't be the actual, right? Then we took our heads over our asses and just started just wrecking house, which is kind of funny.